Yo! What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Khalil G. Welcome back to 3 Real Motion Angling / Outdoors. Today I'm about to make some baits and I got some ideas. I got some Googan Squad baits here. I got spinner baits and various things that I'm going to use today. And I'm going to use these items to color match these colors to see if I can make trailers that fit them perfectly. So stay tuned. Let's get to it. All right, everybody, here we are. I have got both of my Googan baits products here that I want to use. So we have their spinner bait and we have one of their swim jigs. Now I'm really in love with the colors that are on these baits. So I want to try to replicate a bait color that will match the predominant color in each one of these. Like for instance, the predominant color in this one is the orange to me. In this one, the predominant color is this green. This really kind of OD green, right? So I'm going to start here on the spinner bait with the brighter color because it's going to be something new for me. So we're going to see how that works out. And as you can see, my newest additions, because burning yourself is the least fun thing you could possibly do. I haven't really made a bait since then. So, like I said, I was starting with this one with the very pretty and vibrant colors, that orange. So I'm going to try to see if I can recreate that orange. Alright, so what I have here is amber. It's the amber plastisol color. I'm going to start with a few drops of this to see where it takes me. Kind of a lot, unspecified amount. So let's get this stirred in. That is a very, very clear color. So we're going to have to saturate this one. Let me give her a good shake and let's get her dialed in. Very, very, very orangey. Not that vibrant orange I'm looking for. I'm afraid that red is going to darken it, but I have a chartreuse that I've never used yet. I just don't think it's thick enough for the chartreuse yet. So I'm going to try one dab of this tomato. This is a very thick colorant. I know, because every time I use it, I get a very reddish color I wasn't looking for. One drop. This stuff to me is like black, the way it changes the colors of things. So that one red. That one drop of red. Now that did give me an overall darker hue. It's still not exactly what I was looking for. It looks very yellowish instead of orangey. Of course, I don't actually have the color orange. So I'm going to try to add a little bit more of this amber. See if I can get some more orange out of it. Bad. It's really close. And it still gives off this yellowish impression, which may not be that bad because there is a lot of yellow. There is yellow in the bait. So if we can get a little closer to that, and I'm going to add some black flake to it to make it all the way right. So I'm going to add another red. That range just so the party knows we were here. Okay, I feel like that red is going to soup me over like tomato soup. So it looks like tomato soup here. But it looks very orangey when it pours. Okay. So I think we're getting closer. I think we're getting closer to what we're looking for. And I may not have to use that chartreuse at all. Just peel these walls down so we can get a good look at this color the next time we stir it up. And get a very good look at that color. It looks very dark. It takes away a little bit of that brightness, but it's almost looking right. The color. Of course, now it's hard to see anything on this wood colored panel, but I'm gonna let that dry and see what it comes out to. That'll help me decide that it's still very see-through. It's not solid. What I am going to do is I am going to add this black flake, because I feel like the black flake will help me realize where I'm trying to be. Not a lot. Just kind of want it in there. And stir that in. Let's see what we get, what we'll start looking like once that's nice and stirred in. Does it look a lot better than it did? Yes. Is it bright and shiny? Look anything like this? No. So I think I am going to add some chartreuse. I'm going to try to brighten it up. I don't know how thick this chartreuse is. I'm assuming it's like every other color that I use from them, so I'm going to take it lightly. 5. Ooh, that is so neon. That is super neon. No, we're not even close. Let me get my plastic back up to temperature. We heated her back up. Bring those temperatures back up to an easy mixing temperature. Now I'm going to add a little bit more chartreuse to this. See if I can brighten up her day. Alright, now I'm going to say that this color is going to match that bait wonderfully. I'm going to have my creature bait and my paddle tails. I really hope this came out good. I believe the liquid was up to temperature at the time. Let's start with the creature bait, which is the one I can't wait to see. Okay. I can't never get this thing open. That's number one. That's not good. When it's closed, it's closed. Now, alright, there we go. Coming off on this back plate, it seems. Oh yeah, that came out wonderful. Look at that. It's got a nice bright color on the front. Is that a bubble? Oh man. Sorry, that's only one of them. That came out really nice. As you can see, kind of still in frame with that. Yeah, that's got a very nice look to it. You can easily, nowhere near the same color. Easily nowhere near the same color. These are more neon-y colors, but at the same time, you could pair those together seamlessly. These are the ones I'm more concerned about being with this actual bait. I was making these very specifically for this one. So these are the ones I'm more hoping look better when it comes to matching and being on the, oh, that sure comes on the other side. The 3.5 inch paddle tail. Ooh, those are nice. They didn't get flashed. The color is true. They look juicy. A little flashing on the tails there. That is the 3.5 inch ripper from Do It Molds. And I have been making tremendous amount of colors and different variations of colors. These two paired together will look wonderful. I don't want to pin them on there, but that is a wonderful looking trailer. It is not exactly matching the hatch, but boy, you can't be mad at a paddle tail that comes out and looks like that. Let's check out the smaller version, which is pretty much just like the bigger version, but of course smaller. So the 3 inch, I definitely flashed that one because I pushed these ones a little harder. They couldn't tell if I was getting them in or not. But aside from that, they look wonderful. Smaller, juicier. These have come out to look pretty good. I did take them in all the colors. Now, I didn't exactly match that hatch because that's a really hard color to match when you don't have all the colors. But I thought I could get close. And I'm actually really close to this top color here. This top brownish color they got there. That's what helps me make that a suggestion that that could be useful there. Because just because of the color of that. So, I don't call it a fail. I just call it a new color. A color I never thought to make. So, let's move on to the next one and see if we can closely match the other color better than this one. We're back. And we have our plastisol melted and ready to go. So with this one, on this jig, like I said, we're going to try to match that full green color there. Like I said, it's more of a OD, that olive drab, that military colored green. And I'm going to see how close I can get without going over the top. I'm going to start with another MF color. And this is watermelon purple. Because it should give me a dark hue, brownish colored hue, I believe. Which is really what we want. Then this gives me a dash of purple on it. Because of course it's green and purple. It's still pretty see-through. So I'm going to end up using watermelon. Top it off with some watermelon. And that watermelon is thick, so I really didn't need but a few drops. And that should thicken it up. Yeah. That has most definitely thickened it up. And it has made it much more green. Ooh, it's got a pearl effect in there with that purple. I'm gonna add some more of this purple back to it. Or this watermelon purple back to it. See if we can get see if we can darken this over a little bit. Still keep it green. I It's a wonderful looking color so far. And what I noticed is that in this very specific part of this bait has just the intiest bit of red flake in the green and in the head. It's got black and red flake in the head. Very small black, very small red. So I am going to add red and black. Well, maybe not black, but I am going to add very tiny red. So that color is really pretty. I feel like I should darken it just ever so slightly. So I'm going to add the slightest dab of black. Super small dab. Almost unnecessary. But I need just a little more. Just a little darker. Give me that real foresty green color. Oh, right. That's what I'm talking about. Now that's a good green. It's got a nice purple tint to it. So I'm going to add the very tiniest bit of red, because red is very gentle in the bait and I don't want to overdo it with the red. I just kind of wanted to slightly be there. In this very specific presentation, the black is a lot more overwhelming, and again, the black is the majority color on this very specific setup. So I'm gonna do more black than I will do the red. So let's get this stirred in. Let's see what she looks like, because I'm very eager to see what this looks like. Yeah, all right, that actually looks pretty much exactly how it looks on the bait, where it's a lot more black and then red just kind of pops in there every now and then like surprise. So I'm gonna get her back in the plastisol. I'm gonna get the plastisol back in the microwave, and then we're gonna inject them and see what we're looking like. All right, the plastisol is really hot now, ready to go. Get it the quick stirring. Make sure all those flakes are not settling at the bottom. The bait looks really nice and ready to go. So I'm ready to shoot. Let's get it done. But yeah, I shot a super bad flash on that one. That, or I was not on the hole when I pressed it, but there's no indicators of it dripping down the side, so it clearly shot out the back end. Yeah, it definitely shot out the bottom end of this bait. All right, I'm going to start with the ones that are designed for what I'm doing here, which will be the bug, the creature bait, the knuckle dragger by Angling AI. This one is the one I'm expecting the most out of, especially since I need this one to match, because these are, you know, designed to be on the back of that, along with swim bait, along with the paddle tails. That's why I pressed them out in both colors. I mean, both colors and both types. Whew. I could not get that open for a second. Okay. That came out pretty gosh darn good. That came out really well. This one I have most definitely flashed. I'm talking about all the way through. So much liquid was on the table, it was ridiculous. So let's hope I can even get this open, because I've definitely created a big barrier Oh, there it is. Okay. And this is the 4-inch. So yeah, I shot the fool. I flashed that bad. All of that's green. It's like they're flashed so bad that they're all stuck together. These are what were made for them. So that looks really good together. I got flashing everywhere. These look really good with that bait. So that one was much closer to what we were trying to do than the first time we shot these. Of course, I feel like I overshot these, but that's just a small one. So let me take a look at the big ones. We'll clean these up later. Okay. These are perfect. Absolutely beautiful. Just enough red to fill in with the black to set off the background. Yes, indeedy. Those are pretty. And go quite well with that jig. All right, well, it didn't pan out the way we wanted it to. The colors got close, but not 100%. So we were there, but not there. One side came out much better than the other, but they're both usable. They're both going to end up being really good colors. So anyway, thank you for being able to watch that. And, you know, anything that you want to hear or see down, just let me know in the comments down below. You know, I'd appreciate the feedback. Other than that, though, thank you for spending your time. Like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, I'm out.